to our weekly segment of the public stall where we let out our inner feelings about nerd weeb stuff to the public together in our community. And this is your host, Suhail, joined as always with Moto. And today we have two members from the community. Please go ahead and introduce yourself.
You want to go first?
Hi. Yeah, I'll go first. Hey, I'm Avi. You can find me at notorious_AIB on Instagram. I'm just a simple kid from the New York area who's a huge freaking nerd, man. Like, I grew up, classic, watching way too much anime. Like, I was the kid they made fun of at school, but it's our time now.
We paved
the way, man. We paved the way.
Trust me, us too. Quick question. What was your first anime?
My first anime? I mean, technically, I guess Pokemon, but as far back as I can remember, Dragon Ball Z, which actually, surprisingly, it was not my favorite. The one that hooked me in, which is my favorite,
much.
is Yu Yu Hakusho. That's my all-time favorite show.
Yo, Yu Yu Hakusho seems to be popping a lot of anime cherries. It is. Mm-hmm. We have already had 3 people in here now doing that. It's Moto's one of Moto's favorite show. That's awesome.
Oh, man. Hell yeah!
It's got the GOAT opening also.
Okay, so what would be your favorite anime?
Yu Yu Hakusho.
Okay, Yu Yu Hakusho.
Stands the test of time. That's it.
So, am I assuming the protagonist is also from Yu Yu Hakusho? Your favorite one of all time?
Yeah. Well. Either him or actually, there's kind of like one of his teammates, Hiei. He's kind of like an anti-protagonist, but also a protagonist. You could say he was probably my favorite. It's one of those two of them. Something about Yusuke Urameshi, though. Something about a delinquent 14-year-old. He just portrays that character perfectly,
That's awesome.
Yeah,
honestly, you're making me go back and see Yu Yu Hakusho again, because I know Moto's been telling me that it's his top, and I'm just like, I don't honestly remember it being that good. So, I mean, now I'm getting a recommendation from my 3 people, so I'm gonna go with it, man. I guess I'm about to binge that soon.
Yeah, it's solid. That was like the 3rd anime that I watched, and basically,
you did it.
Every time I finish one, I ask Avi what I should watch next. So, I've basically been exposed to his curated list, so.
Nice.
Nice.
What was the first anime you ever watched, Rich? I mean, and this is Rich. Rich, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yeah, sure. I'm OneRichG on Twitter. I work on stuff with code and blockchain and music and fun stuff like that. And, I was telling Moto the other day that I think the first anime I saw was just like on Cartoon Network, and I didn't even it was just a cartoon to me. I didn't even realize it was anime. But I would go to my grandma's house every twice a week, and she had cable, and we'd be watching Dragon Ball Z, and every week we'd be like, oh, this is the week where the fight's actually gonna happen. They're gonna stop charging up or whatever. And my whole childhood was watching Goku stand like this every week, and then Pokemon would come on, and it was actually exciting. So
yes.
I was Yu-Gi-Oh too, honestly.
Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh was dope.
So I watched those when I was a kid, and then 4 or 5 years ago ish, I got back into the anime proper with dubs instead of or subs instead of dubs through Avi, and that was with One Piece. So
I'm team sub supremacy, except for
Same.
Yu Yu Hakusho. Yu Yu Hakusho just gets the English right. I don't know, it's weird to me in sub actually, and I feel it's blasphemous to me saying that, but there are specific ones that can rip it, but in general, sub is supreme. Except those 90s shows like Dragon Ball Z. Also, they share voice actors, Dragon Ball Z and Yu Yu Hakusho. That makes sense.
So you used to watch it on, what is it called, Tsunami? Was that?
Yeah.
So
Toonami.
Toonami. Yes. So I remember that because I went through the same experience of Dragon Ball Z, but I used to cheat a little bit, and in the Spanish channel they used to stream it 6 weeks early. So I used to see it in that first. So I already went through all the things. See, they had like subtitles. Obviously, I don't understand Spanish.
Yeah, I was gonna say you had dubs and subs.
Yeah. So, but the thing is, they didn't make it in. I honestly don't recall it being Spanish. I felt like they were actually streaming or casting in Japanese. And I used to watch it then, and then 6 weeks later, it used to come on to Cartoon Network, and I was just like, I know I'm getting ahead of time, so I understand the whole DBZ phase. So, what is your favorite anime, Rich?
Out of ones I've finished that are like actually finished, I think Cowboy Bebop.
Oh shit!
But
That's a great one. Great choice.
That's a classic.
from a small list for sure.
How many have you seen?
Me and Mona would put Cowboy Bebop on our list, but we have a rule where it needs to be more than 30 episodes.
Yeah.
So almost nothing that I've seen fully is
Except One Piece.
Except One Piece. I'm pretty.
Well, again, that's actually done coming out. Is like what I'm considering, but
Finished completely.
Yeah.
You gotta wait like 7 years for One Piece. For
the
that.
other ones I've seen are
7 years.
7.
You mean like 20?
I have it at least 10. I feel like they're gonna end at like even 2000.
Oh man.
I think he said he saw about 500 more episodes coming out.
Yeah, no, that
like
can't be
last
right.
year.
No, that can't be right. Because we already know where they are in the manga, and it's like another the way they pace it, it's another 100 episode right there.
Do you guys read the manga?
No,
yeah.
Not yet.
We can't talk about the manga.
I'm not gonna say anything because I'm gonna spoil shit for Rich.
Yeah, but I mean,
it's too good. It's too good.
It is. It's unbelievable. The storytelling, this guy, whatever drugs he's on, be on it. You know what? All good to you because his storytelling skills is out of this world. And
no, for sure.
Biggest fan service in everything.
The only thing you could ever ding One Piece on is that throughout the course of the manga and the show, they will constantly show something super hype happen and then cut away to something else and return to it like 150 episodes later. Now we're in the final saga in the manga. There's no cutting away. Like they just woo.
Yeah, I mean,
I wouldn't be surprised by the magic of Oda.
yeah, I mean, he's still kind of doing that a little bit, right? Because he's actually
Oda has the magic of world building where he will introduce this random side character, and then he's just gonna go out in a quest, and we're gonna all go on the quest, and then that quest is and that quest is gonna link to something much more massive. Like Oda will do that. He'll basically just do that. He has the magic.
Like
master of foreshadowing.
I remember one of the early arcs. There's like 3 episodes that follows like a random like shopkeeper's dog, and like the dog's whole story of like him rescuing the dog, and it's like honestly, I think that one might be filler, but it's like literally like every single character has
you honestly can't tell the difference in fillers and canon when it comes to One Piece usually.
Yeah, and One Piece has a very little bit of filler, actually. The pacing is an issue, but most of it is not. It's only like maybe 5% is filler or something, compared like Naruto, where it's like 50%.
Are you kidding?
Got, like, half of the war. They had 3 years worth of filler in a row. Like, oh my god.
Yeah. I quit watching after that.
No, I mean, but One Piece in general, the first 7 minutes is fillers. Is the theme?
Filler, I mean, like, completely new.
The recap.
Like,
the recap.
The recap.
And then every 5 episodes, they need to do a flashback from like 2 episodes ago.
Oh, Naruto does flashbacks too, though. They got that little polka dot flashback sequence.
I mean, yeah, but Naruto was good for his time. Honestly, I suffered through it. I lived through every weekly episode.
I don't know how you pulled that up.
Bleach.
Yeah, I don't know how you put it.
But even
Bleach is back, baby.
Oh, Bleach is back. It came back with a bang. Bleach is just... It was good. I can't wait for season 2 for that one, though.
Yeah.
But I appreciate both of you being here. I know we could talk about One Piece more. Let's do it while we go through these arcs.
Yes. Let's get that out.
We're going to ask you guys to rate your favorite arcs of One Piece. Okay, fellas.
Oh, yeah.
Can you see my
Watch the
screen?
stream.
All right.
I can now.
Okay. So
Yeah, there we are.
the first arc obviously is Romance Dawn, right here. Romance Dawn is the one that started it all. On a scale from tier S to D, what did you guys think about it? And give me a good reason.
Romance Dawn, I mean, when you look back at it, it's a classic. But like when you're watching it, you can't say that, right? Like
Yeah,
you're always gonna
I
you always
saw a
look back
few
at the roast of our favorites.
episodes before I started the show that were like a little bit later, so that wasn't even like what pulled me in. And I remember Avi told me, he's like, yeah, like this random character from like episode 1, like is actually a recurring character, but you don't see him for 4 years. And I'm like, oh shit, like it's like that. So it was like good,
Shanks.
but I was kind of just waiting for it to.
I mean, I don't know that I'd even call Shanks a recurring character at this point.
Oh no, I was talking about
Cody.
yeah.
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 I still don't know how I feel about him. He's weak, but he's kind of strong. But anyways, Romance Dawn, for me, it's just like, look, like that. You think about it, like, there's so much symbolism in those first few episodes. Even the name of the title, like Romance Dawn, like Dawn, the sun is such a big symbol in One Piece. And you don't realize it, but Oda really is king of foreshadowing in there.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the animation is trash. And it was also subject to
I mean,
like
it made it like 97.
The 4Kids dub also, and it got subject to the dub from 4Kids, and it's also like it got its own theme song instead of the great opening. You got Gago. So I don't know, that's gotta bring it at least down to like a B to me.
Yo, quick question. You brought up a really good point. Have you heard the dubbed English intro to One Piece?
Like the fun. Oh my god, the 4Kids one.
The English.
It's the
English one is sad. It's so funny, so funny.
Yes. So like obviously in the 90s, 4Kids was in charge of a lot of dubbing. So right, like they would make their own theme songs instead of what is common now of actually showing the actual theme song. So that's how we got the absolute bop of a Pokemon opening. I wanna be the very best, but that is not what happened here. Yeah, that was terrible.
Oh man. Okay, so Rich.
What's your score?
Say, like a solid B. Like it's not bad by any means, but it's not like goated either.
I think we're both in agreement there.
You guys are breaking my heart. You're breaking my heart.
See,
that's like a solid A for you, Moto.
I think after I think after Wano, I have it as an A.
See, that's the thing too. Is like I haven't.
He hasn't finished Wano
yet.
Yeah,
so, I understand.
No, I'm saying I haven't seen Romance Dawn since I started watching it. So like it might hit different.
Why don't you just see the movies?
Oh, that's true. There's like all these little recap movies you can do.
Just see the movies. There's also a site that is a fan-made service. It's called OnePace.net. They basically remove a bunch of bullshit. They basically go into each episodes and they cut out the bullshit.
Just make it like original content.
Yeah, just legit make it like that.
That's funny.
Yeah, so they do a good job with that. So now we did the first one. B is fine. The second one is what? Orangetown. Orangetown. Where are you at? Right here. What do you guys think about Orangetown?
I'm trying to remember which one that is. Is that when he? Yeah, you have like a.
I honestly let's see if open it. Orangetown.
It's where like first introduction on like Nami and
that's Buggy.
The crown.
Yeah, Buggy.
Buggy-sama, he's kind of the GOAT, but at the same time, everything he does is C tier. That's like the definition of Buggy. He fell upwards.
Yo,
you kind of gotta rank it high. I feel like given how like prominent Buggy is later on.
I feel like you could do that with every single arc, though.
That's true.
Like I said, personally, I give it a C because everything Buggy does is a C. He sails on the 7 seas.
I can get behind that, honestly.
Okay.
I'm like between a B and a C, but we can call it a C.
I honestly remember it just being felt more like a filler arc at that time.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
like it's only dope like because Buggy like keeps coming back as opposed to like at first you thought it was just like a one-off, like oh he's gone, but then it becomes significant. But you are right, when you watch it, it's not as riveting.
Okay, the next one is the Syrup Village arc. This is
That's
Deko Island.
Usopp.
Yep.
I like that one a lot.
Really?
You know,
Wow.
you know, a lot of people hate on it, but I think there's a lot of comedy and like the guy with the claws and the guy who tries to hypnotize everyone. I just remember them being comedic, and they are actually kind of intriguing in terms of like giving people a struggle and stuff like that. It's kind of like the first battle that's like not just kind of all cheese.
I was gonna
I'd
say,
give it
yeah, that's where the first like scary like opponents kind of
right, and that's where you also get like your first hint of like character development. I guess you kind of do with like Kuina falling down the stairs, whatever. Down D stairs as we call it. But yeah, you know, you got Usopp's development, the boy cries wolf, and the fact that you could go back later and see that all the lies that Usopp has told like have come true. You know.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. That's one of the theories, right?
Do you think that's his advanced observation hockey, right? He really sees that far into the future or something?
Right.
I would say like a C, honestly.
Yeah, it teeters between a low B and a C for me. You know, I have it above Buggy.
Moto, you're the tiebreaker.
I'm the tiebreaker. I'll go with C. Not to hate on Usopp, but he's not exactly.
There's too many times where I get my hopes up that Usopp's not gonna be a little bitch, and then he just goes right back to being a little bitch.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, you gotta understand, like, his best moment is either when he's scared, like lying to someone, or when he's literally like dead. Like,
I can
God,
see how
Usopp.
that ties into your theory. I mean, not your theory, but that theory that like. Literally, when he lies, like those are his strongest moments, and it could be like observation hockey.
Yeah, it's his hockey. That's what everybody's theory is, and even like Luffy's fight against Lucci, he screams out, "You're gonna beat him," which then he beats him. So
and like he has like the will to be like a excellent sniper, where he can like always hit like the smallest thing, and like.
Well, I'm pretty sure it is confirmed that he does have observation hockey, and some of the strongest one at that.
Is it confirmed?
Yeah. He has to, right?
I think
he has
Oda
to, right?
has confirmed that he has it, but not that he has like the future foresight or anything like that.
So is Usopp like the Buggy of Straw Hats?
Absolutely.
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
What?
Yes.
Well, who else would be it, if not him?
Upwards. He fails upwards.
God Usopp, I agree. He is.
Yeah, exactly. God Usopp.
I am outvoted here.
Okay, the next one is I think it's a
Baratie.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I really like this one. I really like this one.
That's an A to an S.
I think that is closer to S. Yeah.
Hey, so you gotta let the guest speak first, man.
Go ahead, man.
I would say A, not S, but that is a solid one.
Okay, so reconsidering this like in manga form or anime form, because it'll change my answer.
Both.
It's anime.
Okay, so that's an A, because this is the first time you're really seeing heavy editing in in the show compared to the manga, right? Because in the manga, homeboy doesn't lose his leg in the accident where the ship goes down and it gets caught. He crushes it with a rock and he eats it, which is one of the most badass moments in the entire show.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing about One Piece, right? Like, you kind of look at it like it's almost like a kid's show, but then when you start looking at the content, it's like, what the fuck was that, man? Yeah, yeah, no, that's facts. That's
the most traumatic kids show of all time.
So it sounds like an A.
Okay.
Yeah, I think there's definitely ones I like more, so that's why I'm not saying S.
Yeah, I mean, you also get introduced to Mihawk there. You
That's
get Dong,
why I feel like Mihawk slaps
right?
Zoro,
He
and
just
it
comes in
was
at
so
the
Yeah,
end.
that's
good.
true.
Yeah,
It's
Oh,
also
I
the
forgot
first
about
time in the
that.
show. First time in the show that somebody just comes in when everything's all quiet at the very end and just puts the work in on Luffy's crew.
Yep.
that's the thing. That's the reason why I was just like, okay, that little end moment was like pretty damn good. Thank you for that treat.
Yeah.
But you know,
Right?
go ahead.
Right, like you're still in the East Blue. You're not worried about warlords yet, and
Yeah.
this
No,
master swordsman just shows
it's
up,
Don
cuts a boat in
Krieg.
half, and like
It,
kills.
it is kind
Zoro.
of, yeah, it's kind of funny how strong he is, and yeah, we don't realize how fucking powerful he is at that point. Like,
I
yeah,
know.
we know he's the strongest sword, but
The next
for
one
real.
is Arlong Park.
I got mixed thoughts about this one. I'm gonna let others speak before me.
Oh, shit.
Honestly, I think that one's pretty high because it is like a major character introduction arc, and like it's like more moving than a lot of the stuff up. I mean, Sanji's super moving too, and Usopp in its own way, but like Nami's like legit been like devastated by everyone. Like you only get half of Sanji's story, so like I think
Yeah,
it's
it's
a little
true.
deeper with
Yeah.
Nami. So I'm between an A and a B, but closer to an A for sure.
So personally, I think I would err more towards a B, just because I feel like it's really the first one where you can like feel the show dragging a little in the battles, especially in the battle between like Arlong and Luffy, and especially because it's the first time you really have frustration with Luffy not being able to battle when he's like stuck underwater and his head is just stretched out. And it's just like they will repeatedly do that because in the very early show, instead of having him get his ass beaten and having to overcome it, they'll have him be stuck somewhere so that other people have to deal with it. And it's just you got to take a second to breathe. You know, it's almost like the One Piece equivalent of the Goku holding the hands
The
over the
spirit
shoulder.
bomb. The spirit bomb.
Spirit bomb, spirit
Yeah.
bomb.
I need
Exactly, his
because he
own
needs
spirit
everyone's
bomb.
energy, bro. The energy has to
Yeah.
travel a long
Yeah.
distance.
Don't get me wrong,
Ooh.
you know it's badass when Luffy comes in with his foot and just like stomps Arlong Park down with Arlong there, but the
Yeah.
payoff is like it takes a little too long to get there.
I have it as S tier, man. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I
wouldn't
without,
know.
without a doubt, probably kind of exemplify Luffy the most. The hat moment, straw hat moment, was probably
That's
one of the
true.
dopest seeing.
When he puts it on
Uh,
Nami.
That's true,
yeah, and
yeah.
then, yeah.
I felt like that's when I
to-
started looking at Luffy as dependable.
Yeah, like he's still, there's a comedy
You're
like
right.
mistakes he makes that gets, but that was the hooker for me. So I'm going S tier, but this is you guys'
You know,
ranking.
to me, that's
No,
like
I mean
that's like when Luffy starts to show like why people gravitate towards him.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah,
It was.
think to me-
it was also the fact that he doesn't care what you did. You're his
Yeah.
friend, and he got your back.
that's true. And that's the thing is
And
it's also a really great character development cycle because I hated Nami before that, yo. I mean she
Yeah.
really grinded my gears like and then she's wife after that. She's wifey.
Yeah, that's
You know,
basically it.
Yeah.
She stabs the tattoo
Right,
on her
like when
shoulder.
you
There's some
learn-
pretty great moments.
When you learn why she's doing what she did, it's not like, oh, I'm obsessed with gold. I'm trying to like get rich
Yeah.
and backstab people. She's like, I'm trying to save my entire village's lives.
Yeah, but
And
she's
She
also,
still is
she's still
obsessed
she's still the cat
naivety.
burglar. So
Oh, of course, but it was driven by the naivety that she could save literally everyone she cared about's life if she stole enough.
okay.
Yeah.
And then you like really feel for her, and anytime they flash back to Nami remembering that moment, I definitely cry, like, for sure. So.
I think that was my the first tearjerker moment. Like,
Yeah.
And then the Zoro and Sanji walk with Luffy.
Oh, yeah.
And then also like
Oh yeah.
two major things for Luffy's character at that point was that he would defend his nakamas, and then also he doesn't care who the opponent would be. right? That was the first
Yeah.
highlight because it was this corruption between the Arlongs and then the Marines, right? But he doesn't give a flying fuck, which then gets repeated a couple times throughout the series, and each time it's fucking awesome.
Yep.
It is true. There's a lot of big moments. For me, like the only draw is really it's the first time it really starts to drag. But we can bump it into the A. I got no problem with that.
So all in favor, A.
Yeah.
Well,
Hey,
it's
sir.
me too.
A it is. A it is. After Arlong is
Rogue Town.
Rogue Town.
It's a short arc.
Remind me what Rogue Town is?
Lowtown is the
Where-
place where the Luffy almost gets
Goldie
executed.
Roger.
It's where it's where Goldie Roger was executed. It's where his dad first shows up. We don't know it's his dad.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not bad.
Where Smoker takes him down. I think this is an S. See, this is one that sets stuff up. Like not only that,
Ooh.
there's so many just like the symbolism, like Luffy on the gallows, like about to die before his journey even gets started. And the last
Right.
moment, what does he do? He smiles, right? He's like, "Oh, I'm dead," and
Right.
everyone's
This is
just
the
like,
King of the Pirates arc, basically. Like,
yeah, it was like, and you get introduced to freaking dragon. You get introduced to the idea of the sea stone, the sea prism stone, like baton that you got. You got Smoker, you got Logia. It's like the idea of an unbeatable kind of devil fruit. It sets up so much, and like all the like crazy symbolism and parallels that, like, as you go back and keep looking, it's like become more apparent.
I can get behind that.
I also like a good bar
Oh.
scene.
I was thinking I wasn't gonna have a S until we're out of the East Blue, but I kind of feel you on that. That was pretty convincing.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a short and sweet one too. It's hard to fuck it up, and it just sets up so much.
Yeah, like not because it's necessarily exciting, but like it's very important.
It's yeah.
I mean,
It's
it was
honestly kind
exciting
of
too. but-
boring. No, it's not
I mean,
boring
like-
even. It's intriguing.
Not
It's
yeah, I was gonna say like the
intriguing.
mystery, like there's like all these like unanswered questions of like who's that guy walking around the town, and like Smoker's looking for him too, and like
Yeah.
all that.
Then you get also, isn't that where Zoro does the cursed sword test where it flips over and like it just barely misses cutting off his
Oh,
arm?
yeah.
All right, that's
I-
pretty cool.
Hey, listen, you guys think it's an S, it's an S, but personally for me, I think it's more towards an A. And the reason why I say it is like it felt like a checkpoint arc. Like he had to come here. Like he had to come here in order for his destiny to start. So because especially when we see Dragon at the end and he lets him go, it's like it felt like a checkpoint that he reached this and now the story began. And I'm comparing it very closely, this arc, to one of my favorite arcs, which is like Alabasta. So it's not like, I'm going too much in the future. I think that's a S. So I'm like, I don't know if
That's an S.
So it's just
That's
like,
an S.
I'm just being very picky with my S's. So I mean,
I'm not gonna lie. This is like I'm just a little partial from like here on to like a little after Alabasta. I'm not gonna say when because just like that was really the time, the formative years of me like binging One Piece, like catching up to it. Like I was like a 12-year-old sitting watching on YouTube. Sometimes I had to watch it in Spanish, sometimes in Italian, like 6 parts per episode, and so I just got a little soft spot in there for it too.
So Lowtown, we're leaving it at S.
Yeah, it can be the first S. I'm a
Let's
little.
do it.
It's probably
closer
gonna
to
be
a
like the
A,
low.
but
Oh,
it's,
I'll leave it on the low end of the S. That's mine.
All right.
Okay, the next one is I think more is like no. The next one is Reverse Mountain, right?
So you get the introduction to Laboon.
Yeah.
Oh right.
Yeah, I mean that's the whole. Yeah, it's actually in the.
I feel like this is one of
Under
Moto's liked arcs.
I
Most or
think
least.
No, I think
What?
I think Moto likes this arc more.
Oh okay.
Why?
I'm
Because
gonna call this
you love Laboon.
You love Laboon.
Laboon.
What? When did this happen?
That cute
You've
little
always
wave,
loved
a whale.
Laboon.
I mean,
love,
I don't hate it.
You dress like him. You look like him.
I need to
You're
get
as
out
old
of the
as him.
damage.
you
That
paint your
part's
face
not
like
true.
him.
All your friends left you on a boat.
Don't worry, Luffy's gonna come back for him.
Oh yeah, I thought he.
Yeah, Luffy's coming
Honestly,
back. Yeah.
Your best friend's a skeleton.
Yes. Who is hilarious?
yeah.
Oh.
This is. I was gonna say C, but I'm trying to think of something I would rank below it, and I can't really.
It's
Wow.
it's only 3 episodes.
Yeah, I
it's
mean,
so small.
but
Yeah.
it's like boring.
Yeah, it is. It is. I don't mind it being in D.
Like,
Yeah, just-
I would say we could bump it up to a C. Look, it sets up a lot. You got Laboon. You find out the
everything
dude.
sets up a lot.
Yeah, I
though.
mean, yeah.
That's true, but this is all like a big one. It sets up a
Yeah.
member of the pirate of like his crew. It sets up like
Yeah.
an end game scene. You meet someone from the pirate who turns out. Well,
Who, like, yeah.
have we talked about? Did they covered where Crocus is in the anime yet? I think they have, right? Because they've done the flashbacks, right?
Yeah, I mean, you see him with Gold Roger
Yeah, so
on the
we-
ship. Right.
I mean, we know when they leave the lagoon that Crocus knew Gold Rogers, but
Yeah.
that he turns out to have been part on the ship with Gold Rogers. Like,
Yeah, I think
you also-
I think I do know that.
you get introduced to, I think, Vivi there, or at least you get introduced
I
to the
thought
first characters.
Vivi's
Baroque work.
Whiskey Peak, right?
No, yeah, you get introduced to the first Baroque work characters though, which is like I love the idea of like the criminal organization. I love that, and I love their names and everything like that. It just sets up so much. I can't throw it as a D. A C I'll give you, but like,
All right.
also, we all know we're gonna cry when we see Laboon and Brooke reunite, and it's
Yeah.
like,
Oh, for
come
sure.
on.
But I think the Baroque work is Whiskey Peaks, right?
Well,
That's the next one.
It starts with Laboon because they're shooting the bazooka inside his stomach.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Next
Poor
up,
Baboon.
Whiskey Peak.
That's where you meet Vivi is Whiskey
Yes,
Peak.
yes.
Miss
Did you,
All Sunday or whatever, Wednesday. She's Miss Wednesday.
Maybe like a B. I don't remember it being like amazing, but
Whiskey Peak, meh.
So-
I don't need.
Vivi was there when they go to Skypia then.
She was there for a while. No.
No, Skype is after Alabasta.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
is it
she-
really?
Yeah,
She,
yeah.
Her journey ends there.
Yeah,
Right.
Robin's. You're thinking of
Okay.
Robin,
Robin's
maybe?
there, yeah.
Robin's
yeah.
is
Nah.
Ennis Island. Yeah, Ennis Library, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like her backstory, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so we give you
But Robin shows up in.
Robin's
Whiskey Peak,
in,
and for me, that could also be a C, honestly. I don't think Whiskey Peak is anything special.
Whiskey Peak is a
Yeah, that was
C.
yeah.
Okay, then what is Diary of...
Little Garden. Little Garden.
Oh, Little Garden.
that one was decent.
We haven't had the payoff from Little Garden yet.
Yeah, we were just talking about that. Like me and
Like, we're
Moto.
close. We're getting close, and I'm excited about that. But boy, if that's not one of the longest waited things in the entire show,
It's a giant wait.
Yes, one might say it is giant. Ugh, the mystery of Elbaf, man. I mean, we finally got a little bit more details that I'm not going to say for Rich's sake, but boy,
Did you read the new chapter?
Hold up.
what from last week or like
the one...
the
but,
No, this week. This week.
This week. It comes out tomorrow, the scans.
Yeah,
I read the raw.
oh my god. Okay, well, I guess the payoff is this is tomorrow.
Yeah, it's coming. What?
I'm excited. Oh my god, we can't talk anymore about this. I'm gonna spoil
So
someone.
Little Garden, where are you putting it?
I thought it was a B. I love
Yeah.
the battles. I honestly do love that we know that we're not going to get Eldar for a while, and I do kind of like that the show will tell you that it's setting up to be a really long journey. That's my favorite thing about One Piece is that this feels like a 4-year, 5-year journey from our perspective, and it's like a 20-year journey. Like, every day on the boat for them feels like a long time for us, you know? Like, and this is the beginning of it, where it's really just like, you have something to look forward to, and we're never telling you when it's coming, and it's not soon.
Yeah, it's not soon at all.
And I think it's a good thing. It's something that brings people back to the show.
Okay, yeah.
All right, so grades? B?
B.
All right, B. All right. Little Garden, B.
Okay, then Drum Island.
Next is Drum
Drum
Island.
Island. High B, I'm going to throw. Because one of the most tragic backstories. It's the first time you hear about Blackbeard, I believe, because Wapol gets chased away by Blackbeard. It's the first time you hear his name mentioned. And then the scene where Luffy is climbing up the drum, like the stone drum mountain, whatever you want to call it, and his fingers are bleeding. That is one of the most determined things you see of Luffy in like the entire show. And that's where he starts sticking out to me. Like you guys said, like Arlen Park. This is where it really starts to stick out to me. What Luffy is like as a character and his tenacity. You know, you see him. I can feel my fingertips bleeding even now thinking about it.
So what is this?
What's your grade?
My grade is a high B.
Sorry? Yeah, high B. Rich was what? No, wait. Rich hasn't given the grade.
I'm cool with a B.
High B. So
I wouldn't bump it to a. Yeah, I can.
I have a question though. How do we feel about Tony Chopper in general? Right? Because I feel like people either love him or hate him.
No, he's a vital point of the crew.
I love Chopper.
I don't give a flying
He's a vital. He's the doctor.
Bro, my man is also cursed. Also,
he also saved. He also saved basically everybody on Wano.
Yeah, that raccoon is like the best character in the whole show.
Also, let's not forget
he saved Zoro.
He's emergency food.
Yeah.
He doesn't.
No,
I just love how he's not a human who ate a human fruit. Like that's honestly hilarious.
What would be a human that ate the human fruit even look like though? That's what I always wondered. It'd just be the same thing. Like,
well, you have it.
Stop it.
Well, you have
Stop it.
I mean, yeah, but I'm talking about that model. That model.
Yeah, that model. It wouldn't be very good.
Okay. So we give it.
So it's it's also, by the way, this is where I introduced the Will of D. By the way.
Oh, the Will of D.
Oh, does it bump it up more?
There's a theory about the lady Koreha, or whatever how you pronounce her name, but
I think it's Koreha.
Yeah. So that's a couple of things, a key plot point there, just to throw it out there.
Okay.
It is true. That is the first mention.
Now I think the next one. So are we leaving this like a high B, right? Still.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So the next one, which is I think the most important one.
Alabasta.
Yes.
S.
Yeah, we could put Alabasta as an S.
So,
for sure.
So we don't need discussion.
No. End of discussion.
We don't need discussion. Everybody knows that is
Alabasta almost feels like the first real arc of the show.
Yes.
For real.
It's the first big arc. I think it's one of the first, like, you could see the bigger picture. Yeah, you got the poneglyph. You got the whole Asian whipping.
And you got one thing going for, like, 4 different islands. Like, it's not just like we show up here and then we leave and go to the next one. It's this ongoing saga.
It's at the end of it. That's where we see the 5, the Goro said, whatever, the 5 elder councilmen called in for the first time. It's the first time we see
and you meet Robin.
Right? Yeah, it's the first time we see Shibukai defeated, which we thought was impossible at the point.
You're right.
I mean,
other warlord.
Which is funny because VV is continuing to play a big role or whatever that's about to come. So
I mean,
it's
unwritten rule that she is a Straw Hat.
I mean, like, but even beyond that, I think she plays a vital role that's unique.
Luffy's third wife.
Wow,
first
wife ranking. Another discussion topic.
Is Hancock or Nami? And then he goes down.
So here, here's we have one fun problem. It's almost 9.
Yeah, let's keep going.
So I got like 10 or 15 more. I do have a meeting.
All right, let's wrap it up really quick then. Let's go with this one, Jaya.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Sky Island, Jaya.
Jaya is pretty.
Jaya is a D. Jaya is a D. That's a boring.
Hey, man, that hurts my feeling.
What happens in Jaya?
That's where you just hear about Mont Blanc in Norway.
Luffy pummels the springy motherfucker. That was.
Oh, that's true. That's where you meet Blackbeard for the first time too.
Yeah,
we can
Oh,
totally move
that's
that up.
true.
Yeah.
Right,
I
no,
lied.
this
Move
is
that up,
this
move
is
that up,
right
move that
before
up.
they go up to Skypia. Yeah.
Yes, right
Yeah,
before
yeah.
that.
I forgot that scene takes place. You gotta move that to
But-
B just for the day line for Blackbeard.
Yeah.
We
Also, Jaya
Yeah.
is the arc that actually introduces the five elders. The five elders is actually part of the Jaya
Oh,
arc.
okay.
Alright,
Okay.
so
Yeah.
are we in unanimous agreement that Skypea is an S?
Yeah. That
Yes.
that was the one that I thought was gonna be my first S because I forgot Alabastos before it.
People love to hate on Skypea. I have no reason why. People love to skip it. That is the best. That is my
To me-
favorite arc
To
in
me,
the
that's
show.
the one that really shows like how unlimited the One Piece world can be.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
I agree
There's
100%.
technology.
Yeah, I love Skype.
There's
Yeah.
like a god they're battling. They're in an island in the sky. Like
You
it's
learn
like
so
now
much
that
more about
we're-
the poneglyph.
It's
like
like now that we're in
hockey.
the
Yeah.
Grand Line, like this is
Yeah, you're on a
the One
freaking
Piece
boat.
world. Like
Yeah, like you're on a boat and he goes to a sky island. It's like, what the fuck?
and then the
Right?
Also, like-
shells and
And
Yeah,
that is my
it's-
favorite villain, also with like my favorite power.
yeah.
No comment on the manga currently.
Okay.
I don't know what's good.
Long
It's a
ring,
comment
long
in itself. but-
land.
Oh
Also,
Yeah.
like Loki, he just goes up to the moon afterwards.
yeah. Is Longren Longland next?
Yes, is next, right before Water 7.
I'm not even. I don't even know that I know. That's where the.
Everything is long.
okay.
Everything is long.
D.
Oh,
I
that's
don't-
just.
I don't remember
That's
it
a
at
D, bro. That's a boring. That's because we deal with maybe
Water
the first
7
times
is
of
dope,
like
though.
the. I think Long Land is where you first see the ferry of the ship of going merry. So,
Oh
like,
yeah, you're right about that.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay.
That's not enough. That's a D.
D.
Water 7.
Okay.
Water
th-
7.
Water 7 is what?
That's an A for
Water
me.
7's a solid A.
Okay, Water 7 is an A, and then now we're getting to the
Oh, yeah.
interesting one. And it's Lobby. No comments. S.
And it's
S,
S.
yeah.
S.
I
Okay.
want to live.
But what's
Yeah,
what's
it
the
was-
difference between Ennis Lobby and post Ennis Lobby?
Oh,
Like-
I mean,
like,
that's
where's
just
the
wrap it up.
cutoff?
That's the
Everything,
Buster call.
every,
That's the Buster
yeah.
call.
So basically, every arc has a post. It's just like conclusion
see.
and like 5 recap episodes probably.
Right. Oh yeah. I got
And
you, I got
also,
you.
I'm pretty sure all of the Buster call falls into post Ennis Lobby, like when they're getting
So,
away.
what are we giving post Ennis Lobby then? Just an A.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
say it's
Okay.
like
And then
A little
the
along with
wrap-up of
Luffy
an S.
being small.
okay. Then after
Yeah,
that,
that's
we
what
got-
I
they
feel like
get
I'm gonna
them
be
sunny.
controversial here, but I actually like looking back really liked Thriller Bark, even though when I was watching it, I
Wait, hold up. Before
Love it.
before we go for
Yeah.
post Ennis Lobby, right? One thing we have to remember: this is where Ace and Blackbeard fought.
Oh
It's an
yeah.
S. It's an
Yes,
S.
yeah, that's
That's
the.
an S. That's an S. Just from that one scene or the one moment
That's it.
alone where like the sniper shoots at Ace from Blackbeard's crew and it just goes
Word.
through him. That's one of the sickest animated moments in the show until they get to Wano.
I mean, I feel like even the next one, Sabri is an S.
Oh, we're
No,
going
Thriller-
through like a pretty good string of S's. It feels like.
yeah, like that's why I was trying not to do S's because I'm like, nah, there's a lot that are way better.
But
Everybody
that's-
knows
Like,
the middle of the show is like. Oh.
But that's the beauty of One Piece is that the fact that the moment they dropped S's, it did not stop for a long, long time.
Yeah.
Then now
Well, I
we're
guess,
now we're
Well,
what,
didn't-
at Amazon Lily
Boa.
Yeah, Amazon Lily.
S.
Yeah, I was gonna say definitely a A, like at
Definitely,
least.
it's
I would say A. I wouldn't go S on that one. I mean,
S is like the simp rating.
I mean,
we're meeting
There is-
Luffy's wife.
I don't know. There may be the best moment, like comedy moment in One Piece there, though, where they're talking about Luffy's family jewels. They're like, "What do you got in that bag there? It's attached to your skin." He's like, "Oh, it's my family jewels," and they're like, "Oh, you keep jewels in there?"
Yeah. Oh my god.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure the next 3 arcs, Impel Down,
Obvious
Marineford,
S's,
and
yeah.
Post
S
Force.
S plus.
There is, yeah. Honestly speaking, now looking back, One Piece has a lot of dope arcs.
Bangers.
I mean, there's only
That's
one.
what I'm
D.
saying.
you have to when you consider.
There's a reason it outsells the Bible.
Oh
Like,
And then
my
and then
God.
half of these combined are shorter than Wano.
Oh,
Yeah.
that is true. That is so true. Okay, after that is Marineford. We did Post, and then we got
Fishman's definitely a S.
We got a Return to Sabari. I have that
Return to
S.
Sabari,
I have
S,
the S.
yeah.
I have that
Okay.
S.
Yeah, I mean, when Straw unites back up, I mean, that was a great moment. Why did you move the S? Yo, why did you move the S down? Yeah. I was like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yes. Fishman Island is what?
No, that's not an S. Fishman Island sucks for me. That's a C.
But
Really?
like Jinbei and like...
Bro, Luffy's attack, his ace attack?
But 100...
And one of the princesses, when he's talking to the fish.
He knocked out freaking half the crew with his hockey.
And great moment. Karate is way too boring.
I mean,
it is really fucking long, though.
All I'll say is I have never made it through watching Fishman Island. I read it, and I could barely get through reading it when it first came out, week by week. This is where I first caught up to One Piece on the manga. And... watching it is even more painful.
So Fishman Island would be what?
For me, that's a C. That's a C at best.
We can put it in A then. Let's put it in A because that's like between S and C.
Right.
Let's
Wait, give it a B. All right, just a big mom.
You think it's worse than Romance Dawn though?
I mean, when you consider where like.
First of all, that shouldn't be a B. A.
I think it's
Romance Dawn is the gift that keeps giving. You look back for like more and more, like there are more things.
Romance Dawn is the core of the whole story. Romance Dawn is the core. Okay.
I'm pretty sure D stands for Dawn. That's all I'm saying.
Punk Hazard. Punk Hazard. What is this? A S?
Oh, S.
I really like Punk Hazard, but I was a little fed up with how, like, the Big Mom stuff kicked off in Fishman Island, and then you just abandon it for so long I kind of got pissed at Dressrosa because of that. But I don't think I was fully pissed at Punk Hazard because I was like, "Oh, Big Mom will come right after this."
But I think what Oda did too is, especially with these arcs, that he introduced a big villain, but also in the middle, lower class one, leading up to the massive one, which is Kaido. So he basically had everything there, like stepping stones.
Well, so everything from Fishman Island to the end of Wano, I kind of look at as like one story.
That's the thing, is watching it, it feels like you just like keep having these stories happen and you're putting something off and going to another story, but in the end it all ties together.
Yeah.
The problem is while you're watching that, it feels like it's just dragging and you want to get to the good stuff.
Yeah, but you're like with Momo from like that
the lab.
way.
Yeah, the lab, right? That's
okay. So we have Punk Hazard at what, like B?
B for me, like, because looking back, it's a lot better. But boy, like, did I hate that, especially coming out of Fishman Island. This is my least favorite, three arcs in a row in One Piece.
I liked Punk Hazard more than Dressrosa.
Oh, I hated Dressrosa. So
really? You hated Dressrosa.
I didn't hate it. It's just, again, it was so.
I was like, get to the main part. I was sick of Dom Flamingo.
If anyone, all I'm saying is anybody that read Dressrosa while it was coming out will not appreciate it as much as anyone who watched it afterwards, because I'm telling you, it was a slog. The other two I said felt like a slog. The other ones were literally like we were in the bird cage.
Strings were closing
we were
so
in the bird
slow
cage for over a year and a half, 2 years.
Yeah, we could. Yeah, so Dressrosa C if Punk Hazard's a B.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. Look at us, big balls here.
And
all right.
When was this? Reverie was
Reverie is one of the. It's right before
Reverie's. Yeah, it's just like 2 episodes of all the princesses meeting up.
So when is
what
about Zoe?
I like Zoe more than Dressrosa for sure.
Zoe is a furry's dream come true. That's all I'm saying. We really gonna see Sanji's freak flag fly there, you know, and even Chopper for a second. Hey,
well, Chopper wasn't a freak; it was normal for him.
I mean, kinda. He's not exactly what they are on Zoe. He's like a.
All right, let's do with Whole Cake Island. What do you think about that?
Ooh. Yeah. It's a little frustrating, but this is really where One Piece starts ramping up again.
I like how Kid and Law and Luffy are like and the other guy who has like the tank power, like actually like
Beige.
No,
well,
Beige
not
Kid isn't in this
not
one yet.
Kid, yeah.
It was.
But
Beige
the
Capone
mob
or whatever.
guy and
the mob guy, yeah.
I
and
like seeing his
Law.
power too. He's got a cool ass power.
Honestly speaking, I think this was a fantastic arc, except the fact that it was way too long.
Agreed. This is a recurring theme of this part of the story.
I think it was like 200 episodes too much.
Yeah, and then
it was
going.
like-
Whole Cake Island is 95 episodes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It just kept
Yeah,
going.
it's actually less than Dressrosa. It's actually less than Dressrosa.
It
Well,
felt
that
like
makes
forever.
sense too.
It felt like
I mean,
forever.
Yeah.
The one thing that makes me feel bad about putting Dressrosa to sea is like that's when Luffy becomes like one of the top dogs of the sea, like to everybody.
Yeah, I mean, maybe not as much as later on, but like,
Well, yeah, I mean,
Gear
of course
4
it's
is
just
a little
gonna
bit
keep getting
underwhelming
more.
to me. Also,
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Gear 4. I mean,
it's
besides
not about Gear 4,
Snakeman-
the future arc was pretty dope.
I would put
Yeah.
Whole Cake Island as like one of the highest Bs.
Okay, let's.
All
go with
right.
that.
I think
Okay.
we put it as top B, because
Yeah,
I like the fight with Katakuri the
Okay,
best. You
okay.
know,
But that also like
Okay.
lasted as long as the Spirit Bomb. Okay. Reverie.
Hey, but
Reverie.
Reverie.
Yeah.
I'm putting that as an S because we get a lot
yeah,
of
that one's
bombs
so
dropped in
important for
Reverie.
the.
You get. I'm pretty
future.
sure that's Emu gets dropped there. You see what happened to Kuma. It sets up a lot of what's going on in the manga, like, and everything that happens with Sabo and shit like that. Although
That
that's
is true.
also not out yet. But
I
that's
don't know,
yeah.
it is more like a C, I thought.
Wait, yeah, that was like the after Wano arc.
But that's still Reverie. That's still
Oh,
Reverie.
I actually
Yeah.
have no idea what you just said. I was
Yeah, no,
distracted,
he
so that's
he
good.
was.
Yeah.
He said nothing. He said nothing at all. Nothing at all. He said
He
we
wouldn't have
good.
gotten. He wouldn't know what I was talking about. Anyways, that shit comes way
Yeah.
too out of the blue, yo.
So the
like-
last
Yeah.
one that's left is Wano, and I
It's
have that as the
obviously-
highest S.
Obviously, top,
Highest.
top.
That's
highest.
top.
Highest
They're like,
S.
yeah, let's just go to a whole new animation team. Like everyone else, you're fired. Like let's bring in the best, right? And like,
That was the animation really kicked up for part 3, man. That was a great improvement.
I think
Yeah,
as an arc as a whole, beautiful storytelling.
Oh,
Every single
yes.
thing. Part 1 was very detailed. Part
It's
2 was
art.
it's my favorite arc of the entire anime.
Yeah.
and
it's
you also
incredible.
finally get some kind of Zoro development. Like they just after they kicked Kuina or whatever to the curb, they just are like, okay, we're not gonna do anything with him. So like,
I'm curious why they haven't done more with Zoro. Like, it's obviously
'cause
there's a
he's
lot
the
more
mo-
to Zoro,
He's
right?
like the most important one. I think he's milking it. Like
Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, I think that's kind of true. Like,
they brought
and he's been
back
like hinted.
Sanji's story just now for like the Big Mom arc.
yeah, I think everyone's expecting Zoro's to
And
be
Zoro's
in
has gotta
Wano.
be next. Like
It's not.
I mean, not
It's
like
not.
next, like immediately. I mean, like there's no one in the crew that really.
Yeah, for some reason Zoro gets all these hints dropped across the whole like show, like throughout the very beginning, right? Like,
Because they wanted to
Kuina-
have like Kashigi like be the comparison to Kuina, and they just decided like that's not good enough, so we're just not gonna have this development happen.
yeah, and the whole Mihawk shows up throughout the show for him, but like there's no story for him yet. It's like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
He
Everyone
had
wants
the
it.
smallest backstory.
Rich, all I'm gonna
Yeah.
say is, you don't know what's happening in the manga, and oh man, when Wano ends, you're gonna be so happy. You're gonna be
So-
so.
So this is my
so
parting
happy.
question. This is my parting question. Do you think? And by the way, before I forget, thank you for inviting me. This is a lot
Oh
of
yeah,
fun.
This was fun. We gotta do this again.
Do
We gotta do
you
this
think
again.
I should read the
Yeah.
manga from where it is
Yes.
in the anime,
Yes.
or
No.
start
Yes.
from
No.
one?
Yes. Yes.
Start from
Well,
one.
I mean,
Start
you should
from
do
one.
that, but also if you want
No,
to,
don't start from one. That's a whole other
Listen.
endeavor than watching One Piece.
Start from one.
You
Start
could,
from
you could
one.
start where the anime
I mean,
is.
you
You could
I
start
feel
where the
like
anime
if I
is.
start from where the anime is,
You-
I'm not gonna get
Start at
spoilers
Wano.
anymore.
Yes,
Start at
no.
Wano.
Start
But-
exactly where you are.
But
just
I
just
feel
go
like
through
I'll
the whole
never
journey.
go back if I.
Yeah, just
don't
go through the whole
start.
journey, man. It's the pacing is 10 times better, right? 1,000 chapters of manga is not anything like anime, right?
We'll
it's
push
you
back.
could go through.
We'll push back Merchify a year, and I'll go get the first.
See, I
The
think,
first 20 volumes of
Yeah.
One Piece.
I think personally, me reading the manga and then waiting till the anime comes out, it doesn't make me frustrated. It just makes me see the papers coming to life, and I'm enjoying it. And I'm not going to be like upset because I'm already satisfied knowing what's happening. And at the same
Yeah,
time, I'm
but-
watching an anime and I'm like, yo, this is pretty good. So I'm judging this completely
Yep.
different without the frustration.
I don't know, like the pacing things wears me out for manga reading. Like when you read a manga, the pacing isn't an issue, right? And then like when you watch the
Yeah.
anime, pacing is a. Oh, I thought you left already, Rich.
No, my camera turns off every like 40 minutes.
Oh, snap.
Okay.
All right, so let's just
All
cut it
right.
short. We definitely need to have you guys back on again. This was fun. I think we need to go more into discussion with stuff, into theory.
Yeah.
We need to come up with our own controversial shit. But yeah,
Facts.
honestly speaking,
Yeah,
I
that was fun, man. That was,
the fact that
Had a
One
great
Piece,
time.
the fact that One Piece only has one D. This is one amazing anime.
Yeah.
It's,
And
it's heavily weighted towards B or above. Like,
Look, if it didn't
yeah.
have a D, something would be wrong with
That
One
is
Piece,
true.
right? The
That
whole
is true.
thing is based around the letter D. So
yeah, I know, right?
yeah, D
Maybe we
really
should put
should have
D
been
at the
S
top.
for One
So
Piece.
is Long Land like the most important arc later then?
It might be. It might be.
that's actually Raftel.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Well,
that would be-
let's.
That's gonna be so much feeling right there, man. Everybody's gonna be crying the whole time.
Friendship we made all along.
Yes.
Yeah, like
But with that,
that reminds.
thank you so much, Rich. Thank you so much, Avi. Like, we appreciate
Thank you so much for
bro.
having us.
We appreciate you both.
For sure.
And one, yo, Moto, schedule it in, man. You gotta do that at least.
Yeah, we gotta. Well, I mean, we just have to find the right time where we can spend actual full time. You know,
Let's do it. With that,
and then
thanks for watching.